Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Play Slay the Spire. We're back in ascension mode, briefly. Well, maybe not briefly, but in fact, briefly is not what I meant at all. Finally, I meant literally the opposite, or as I call it, the antonym. Just kidding, that's weird. We're on ascension level freaking 18 as the Ironclad. I have heard some rumblings from people that are, I mean, they're not being rude about it, but there's been perhaps a suggestion that NL, because you've trained so much on Ascension level 0 to be able to beat the 4th boss, you're probably gonna suck at Ascension mode now. You might be right, but I think I've learned a ton about card evaluation. And you know what I learned through my journey to beat the 4th boss with every character? Defense is king. With the exception of the Ironclad, where maybe strength gain is king, but blocking decks can still be really good. The ability of every single character to build a block-heavy deck, not just to counter the 4th boss, but to get there in the first place, is really good. So I am going to choose a rare card. This is a tough one. Basically, you're asking me to choose block or strength gain right off the bat. Limit Break is an amazing card. We have no guarantee we're going to get strength gain. Juggernaut will be useful no matter what. Will it be potentially a game winner? There's no way I can say that in good conscience and feel like I've, you know, that I'm correct in that. But for now, I will admit, it will probably take us a while to get to the point where we're actually able to play Juggernaut. Like, that would have been a good turn for it. But for the most part, ooh, this is a bummer. For the most part, depending on the enemy we're fighting, we need to wait for our window. Out of these, I think we add nothing. Either way, I just want to say that I'm happy to have Barricade in the deck. We can't get rid of Ascender's Bane. I'm actually going to be a little weird, and I'm going to transform a Strike. It became Impervious, which strikes me as a pretty useful get here. And I think we'll follow that up with the removal of another Strike. I recognize we're low on attacks here. The transformation was a legitimate gamble, but I think it might work. I definitely think we cannot lose 23 HP for 2 upgrades. I'm going to force myself to fight this Elite. Even though Elites have more challenging movesets and abilities. Good. We did not draw Impervious. What that means is that next turn, we're going to draw Impervious. So this turn, I'm waking this dude up. Why is this important? It's important to me because, you know what? We're probably better off playing Impervious later. As much as it burns me up to just maybe get hit for 20 right here, I think I'd rather take 20 and maybe block 30 out of you the next time you do. Or maybe even do it this turn, but keep the vulnerability extended. Because we still got to get out ahead of this guy. Like, I don't know if you've noticed for yourselves, but he's still got quite a lot of HP left. So I'm relatively concerned about that. I mean, we're going to take 14 naturally right here. I think we may just die right away. We will definitely die unless this kills him. Well, you know, to be honest, I have to chalk that up, somewhat at least, to taking as much damage as we did for our blessing. I'm not going to let it get me down. Here we go, back again, baby. Remember, by the way, there's no point to fighting the Flaming Elite. That's how little I've come to value max HP. I value the chance to reform our deck way more. Heavy Blade is awesome if we get strength gain, but hopefully we'll get the opportunity to grab it after we get strength gain. I want some more agnostic good cards to begin with. And I will take a True Grit. I'm not going to say the jury's out on this card because I don't believe that that's the case. We'll remove a Defend that time because we added 2 blocks. But I think that I might overrate True Grit a little bit. They really want me to take this pummel. We're going to go for the elite path. So I would say that we have not really... We don't have a truly inspiring setup. After... Okay, that's good. After getting 3 free combats, did we really come out that far ahead? No, I would suggest probably that's not the case. It actually... I should be very wary, I think, about just removing Bash. It's not like this guy's getting stronger, but one of the ways that we can take the default deck as the Ironclad to any level of extra specialness is by applying some vulnerability. So at this point, we're basically just waiting until we draw 3 strikes on an unweak turn, which is not going to be this turn, but we will True Grit nothing because I'm worried that we might only have 2 strikes left in the deck. You know what? You've done it again. It's a long fight. But yeah, no, I wanted to continue what I was saying earlier, which is I genuinely think that we learned how to play a different style of game over the course of our Act 4 journeys, and who knows, maybe we'll do more Act 4 journeys as time goes on. Even on Ascension. But for now, I mean, we're going to play it a little cooler. Because, I mean, come on. So Disarm, I took it for the Hexaghost, and also because the 4th floor boss has led me to believe that this is a top tier card. We will shrug. We'll probably not True Grit, but I definitely need to do something. So I guess we'll just hit you for 8s. We take 2 damage in the process, but would have preferred 2 strikes, but life goes on. Excuse me, 6 dazes in my hand? It's a little reckless early on. Okay, we now have... We didn't draw any dazes. Life is good, friends. Now, I wouldn't even say we run the risk of drawing dazes. I would say we have a guarantee of drawing probably what I'm going to describe as a buttload of dazes, which is why I was extremely thrilled, and I think we got real lucky. We were able to exhaust like 6 of them right there, thanks to the Snecko Oil Potion. Now, I don't like taking the Snecko Oil Potion. Find it frightening and quite scary, to be honest with you. But sometimes you gotta, you know, get that tactical draw to make your life a little bit... Okay, here's the thing. This is going to be a bit of a cumbersome fight. From this point onwards, I will probably endeavor as much as possible to not fight elites, because this is hilarious. Don't catch you slipping now. I'm on the fence about whether or not we're even going to live here. I mean, it really depends on our next turn. We have to play this. At least we're adding 3, but we're getting rid of 4. So there's something there. Then all we gotta do is kill this guy on this turn, which is highly doable. And now all we gotta do is make sure that we get some blocks literally every single turn. And oh my god, we almost didn't. Okay, so now we gotta kill you ASAP, or alternatively... I think I'm definitely not going to kill you next turn, so we might as well disarm in a vain attempt to keep ourselves alive. Yep, and we are dead again. What is happening? Ascension level 18. No joke. Let's try this again. 8 minutes into the video with 2 losses already. Perhaps I've understated the difficulty of Ascension. You know what Winston Churchill said? When you're going through heck, keep going. We can dodge elites. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm still going to take enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. Early Shrug, my favorite choice. Remove Transform Upgrade. The only upgrade target I actually like is Bash. So I think transforming a strike into a Fiend Fire, that's luck, but it's a beautiful bit of luck. Alright. So I'm very, very pleased with where we're at so far. Fiend Fire is one we have to use carefully, but that doesn't make it bad. Admittedly, Body Slam can become awesome once it becomes upgraded, depending on the relics you get. But I think I'm okay taking nothing. We want to see no combat. This time I am going to go for the upgrade. I will heal. Because we have no combat, I'm definitely going to fight the elite because he'll have 1 HP. Otherwise, I wouldn't. So we get Maw Bank. I definitely do not think we need another Fiend Fire right now. So Juggernaut is potentially great. Pommel Strike is a little bit more likely to be playable early on. But it is close. What I'd be liking here is, like, if we can get, whenever you exhaust the card, gain block, and then Fiend Fire all of a sudden is just off the chain. But for now, I think Pommel is going to be the pick, but might not be a beloved choice. I'm going to start with Fiend Fire upgraded, but Pommel's extra card. Great name for a math rock band. And also maybe a pretty good choice for us as an option here. But now I'm thinking, like, basically when we draw a Pommel Strike, or sorry, when we draw a Fiend Fire, any first floor enemy is at pretty good risk of being dead. So a Headbutt doesn't really bring anything back that I want right now. Entrench is awesome once upgraded, so I think I can afford to take it and then sit on it for a minute. And then just dodge elites for the rest of my life. Oh, dude, it's not even close. First off, we don't really care about the key to begin with. We can always switch into that if we're on such a run that we feel is appropriate, but for right now, like, absolutely not. So Shuriken's awesome. Probably won't start to feel awesome, maybe, until we get to 4 energy, which hopefully will happen, but I still think it's very good. I also really like Ghostly Armor. It is a card where I do think, like, I might be overrating it. So are you doing 19 damage? 19 damage is kind of like the perfect amount for us. Because it means we can block 13, hit 1, and still, like, get to full HP at the end of this. So, like, and, fear not, Fiend Fire. We will play you at some point. I mean, we played you recently, but we'll play you again. This is feeling much better. And it's probably partly to do with the free elite. There's a really great turn in Power Through plus Fiend Fire, but I'm not willing to take wound-related cards without Evolve. And similarly, I'm not willing to take... It's a bit... I will almost never run this archetype. Let me explain to you why. I'm diagnosing it now live on camera. I will never take Power Through or Wild Strike without having an Evolve, but I will also never take an Evolve without having a Wild Strike or a Power Through. So I understand the concern here. That being said, I'm still going to take nothing, because for right now, we actually have, for the first time, we have a functional archetype on this run. Or on this video, I should say. So I'm happy to stick with where we're at right now. I will take max HP plus 5. I will dodge. I don't even want to know what a champion elite looks like. Once you get up to Ascension level 18. We got to remember, this is basically 3 Ascension levels from the end of the game. I'm going to bash you. You know, 18, 19, 20. So I don't expect it to be easy necessarily. I'm surprised by how hard the first floor has been for us. I think I don't want to upset the balance of the deck by taking a second Pommel right now. I hate that we're at 80 HP, by the way, but it is what it is. So we're going to have like a truly terrifying hit coming from this guy. He has 264 HP. Just being honest, I don't think we can afford, and obviously once we played Pommel, you knew this was going to happen. I don't think we can afford to get rid of defensive ups or sorry, like an upgraded defense and a Pommel Strike and etc. and etc. So what we're hoping to do is draw Fiend Fire on a turn where our hand is full of absolute garbage. Or we can dump Pommel to get more cards and then Fiendfire from that point. Honestly, I think I should let you hit me for 2. And if you add Burns into my draw pile, it's good as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to Pommel. And I think this is an acceptable Fiendfire situation. We're getting rid of a lot of basics, and you are half dead. We will pop our regen potion. And not pop this yet. I'd rather pop it on a turn where it helps us get the full, so it doesn't immediately start to, you know, inhibit itself. But I think this is a reasonably good play so far. He's doing 16 damage. What a coincidence. I'm gonna let you hit me for 8. No, I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because, in fact, I'm not gonna let you hit me for any. The reason is because your next turn is your big one. So I'd like to make sure that we have as much HP as possible. 30 damage. It's definitely a shrug. There's a ghostly armor. It's an entrench. Okay, good for us. We wouldn't mind, and we're going to have a lot of burns here. We wouldn't mind having a spoon as one of our relics here. Being able to use Fiendfire more than once. I mean, I think it's remarkably obvious how that would help us out here. I hate it, but I'm going to bash you. 5 turns of vulnerability. Next turn we got some extra protection in the form of our blocks. Obviously we have to play this. I think we just pass. Okay, now we're going to play ghostly armor, but... and dude, I probably should have popped that plated armor way earlier. But I'm like, can I just kill you instead? We're going to die. And we're probably dead because we didn't play plated armor earlier on. So that hurts, because we were in a good spot. We made it to the boss. Maybe we can start to think about Ascension 18 being nicer to us with our options now. With our options. Good lord. Alright, this has been a rude reawakening. I love 99 gold for a rare choice of a card. Unless we can get a free elite. That's the only thing that would make me question that. But it literally... not... I mean, it's technically possible, but I think I'd rather not risk it. And out of these, you just take Demon Form. Like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't take Demon Form, you're choosing to lose. Now, I know we're going to take 12 here. I opted to take 12, because I still think it'll help us get out in front of this guy faster than if we put up block. I think we would take more than 12 if we didn't, but could be wrong. So, with Demon Form, what do we want? Iron Wave is just a good card, but I think Battle Trance is immediately worth something. We have no gold. Just heal me. Battle Trance is immediately worth something. I forced us into this elite fight now, by the way. Not sure if that was a shrewd move, but I was like, I don't want to go to a shop with 0 gold. Don't be an idiot. Well, you know what? He's gaining 5 strength a turn. I don't want to race him in that case. I'm just going to hit you. We may end up paying for that. Or we might end up crushing this guy, for all I know. So far, so good. And by this guy, I mean the elite, by the way. So Sword Boomerang and Seeing Red are both useful here. By the way, when I said Battle Trance was immediately useful, what I meant is a situation where you don't draw Demon Form, and you have Battle Trance in hand, you play this, and then it gets you to Demon Form faster. As of right now, I think Seeing Red is only good on turns where we get Demon Form, so I think Sword Boomerang is a little bit more universally applicable. I'm willing to get hit for 4 to speed this process up here. Being a real jerk, by the way. We'll get hit for another 3. This doesn't seem like a Demon Form worthy fight. How do we beat Wow, that's horrible. How do we beat our boss? Or our elite, I should say. We play Demon Form on turn 1. We also need Heavy Blade, but Flame Barrier is admittedly extremely good. You know what? I think Flame Barrier is more important for survival than Demon Form is. And by the way, horrible first turn. Then Heavy Blade is for a victory. Truly believe it. We still do not have Demon Form. I am going to give you... I'm not going to give you 3 strength. Perhaps in the future. Definitely going to pop this son of a gun. Alright, and I'm hopeful that this will get us where we need to go quickly enough. But I'm also skeptical. So I'm sorry to make you stronger. It did not work out for us. But all we're trying to do, really, is draw Sword Boomerang now. And we got there. Sword Boomerang. And then this is 21 damage. But yeah, more than that because of the vulnerability. Okay, Headbutt into Sword Boomerang does look good. But I actually feel like Second Wind gets some garbage out of our hand. We get block. I'm willing to give it a try. Mostly because I think block is like mission critical. Now, I don't love the idea of resting on this floor. Oh my god, we have another guaranteed elite fight. Really should have looked at this path. So this is 5 block. My hunch is that we'd waste the vulnerability from the bash if we draw like a Demon Form this turn. That's kind of what happened, but this might be a fight that's short enough to not play Demon Form. Sorry, Demon Form. Well, we can do 2 damage 3 times or 4 damage once. Please stop making me weak. I beg you. Oh, we drew... our deck's so thin, we draw a Flame Barrier, like, every turn. That's pretty cool. Well, okay. Does look like we're gonna make it happen, but was annoying in the process. Certainly don't think we need a second win, if you will, but... I do think a second Sword Boomerang is fine. Dude, I think we're gonna die on this floor. And I think, like, to some extent, the writing's kind of on the wall. I don't like it. I genuinely think that that's the most likely outcome here. Thank God he's not splitting. 12 damage. Flame Barrier? No Flame Barrier. Okay, we gotta break you. Probably a good time to use an Explosive Potion next turn. Well, the good news is we may not have to. We may still have to. We might be able to get away with not doing it, though. Can we kill you? Like a bash and then a... Nah, I think we're best off just staying ahead of this. This elite scares the crap out of me, dude. I think at a deck size this small, second Battle Trance, not really that interesting. So the thing is, I would love to be able to play a Demon Form, without a doubt. I just think it's a little rude, okay, for us to draw a card that gives us enough block and say, nah, I'd rather take damage. But I will, dude, this has been a rude reawakening for this floor for me. And I'm a little ashamed to admit, I thought we'd be, I mean, I didn't think we would stomp, but I didn't think we'd be running into this much trouble. I have completely forgotten, or at least had completely forgotten until now, about the difficulty of Ascension. Like, now I'm like, oh my god, I beat Ascension 17 as the Ironclad? How on earth did we beat Ascension 17? Like, I'm dead again. Was I taken over by some kind of autonomous AI? We'll be back to try again as the Silent, but dude, this was like... This is the Empire Strikes Back. Maybe 18 is just a big jump, I don't know. For now, though, thanks for watching. And I apologize. I'll see you next time. Ooh.